Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack and I'm here with the lovely...
Rob Wallace.
Rob, thanks for coming down, brother.
Man.
From Hitchin. What have we got in front of us and what are we going to learn about today?
What we have got in front of us, Jack, is the brand new Nord Grand. And we're going to learn why this is different to the keyboards that Nord have brought out so far.
Can we high five about it?
Got it.
Oh. And a quick one, if you want to hear playing, we're going to have a playing only video. It might come out after or before it, but I'm sure we'll play it on our voyage. But just so you know, we're going to talk about some specs here. Rob's product specialist. Hit me with it, brother.
Okay, so the big difference is with this keyboard, first of all, it looks different, but the main fundamental difference is that it's got a Kawai keybed in it. So this is different to the keybeds that Nord have had in before. And this is an approach they wanted to do to get a different type of response, which will then trigger the sounds off. So the main difference is, with this Kawai keybed, is that the sensors are on the hammers, not on the notes. So it responds to the action of the hammer rather than the action of the note. So it feels even more like a real acoustic piano when you play it. And of course the response of the keybed to your fingers influences the sound you hear. So the sounds that are in here are no different to any of the other piano sounds that are on the Nord piano library. So there's no difference in quality of what's going on in here. The difference is, like on the Piano 4, how those sounds respond to your playing. And that's translated through the keybed.
And just for my little pea brain, so we're saying that instead of it being registered my touch here, it's being done in there?
Yes, yes. So these have got like hammers on them. Obviously they're not hitting anything, but they act in the same way a hammer would.
I'm very quick, you say Kauai there. And you've got the name on there. That's interesting because I've seen a lot of guys in the comments often referencing, going, why don't you do Kawai? And I'm like, I don't know, man. We just I talk about what we got in the store, but and they're cool with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think because of the reputation that Nord's got when they come knocking at the door and saying, "Can we try your keybed out in one of our new products?" They go, "Oh yes, thank you very much."
But I'm so excited because I've heard so many good things, especially from you guys out there commenting about it. Now, the look of it and the weight of it, that's one thing that I thought, I see a bit of furniture, something approaching a hybrid. How are Nord seeing it? How are you seeing this product? Where does it fit in the Nord universe?
Nord are just seeing it as another type of instrument for the piano player. It's not there to replace the Piano 4, it's not there to sit below the Stage 3. It's designed that you can use it at home or you can be gigging with it as well. Portability-wise, it's only 0.5 kilogram heavier than the Stage 3, so this clocks in at 20 kilograms and the Stage 3 is 19.5. And the piano is 18, if you really want to know. So it's still portable. They're not going down the route of just making something that looks great at home and you need 2 roadies to carry it around.
Yes, yeah.
You can still carry this under one arm, and I know because I've done it a few times this week. But yeah, so it's still very portable, and it's made of wood. Nice wood.
I know, that was always the bit that sold me on Nord in the first place.
Yeah.
And also, we're flying with the Maltese Falcon today. Maltese Falcon, what do you think?
I like it.
Maltese Falcon's going to do some posh sweeps. You might even be seeing now some pictures or some sweeps of it with the legs because it really...
Yeah.
We've castrated it a bit by putting it on the table, so thanks for that. But it looks so posh with the legs.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get a chance to show it with the legs later on. Yeah, so there's a couple of options for this as well. People might see videos of legs and speakers and stuff. Those are optional extras, but it's good to know that they are there and available. So the legs are the Nord EX Stand EX, which are the retro-looking Rhodes-style legs. So you put the brackets on the bottom of your unit, and then the legs just screw in.
Do they work with any other of the Nord models?
Yeah, they do. As a general rule, any of the Nord products that have got weighted keys, the legs will fit on. The reason for that is the brackets that the legs screw into physically screw to the bottom of the unit. Right. And the keyboards with the weighted key beds have got extra bracing in the chassis, and that's what those brackets screw into. So if it's a lightweight keyboard, like the Electros with the organ or the synths, of course, they haven't got that extra bracing, so there isn't anything for the brackets to screw into. So as a general rule, if it's a weighted keybed, the stand will fit.
And the music rest?
Music rest, yes, we've got the bumpers on the back here. So
I know we're going into niche stuff, but I'm a big Nord user, and the music rest is so worth it. Yep. If you're thinking, I'm not going to spend that much money on a music rest, you'll buy it, trust me. Just try it. They do a 30-day money back here, because it's so wide. It's such a treat to have it. It saved my life a million times.
4 A4 sheets you can get on there.
Let's get into the sound engine. And I'm also going to plug Sound Technologies channel because you do incredible speedy tutorials on anything. And if you're thinking why I'm picking Rob's brain so much, it's because I know how much is in there, how much info. So go check that out on Sound Tech. What is the new sample? It's the third generation of the sampling technology?
That's right. But then on top of that, as a way of partnering this new piano, they have brought out a brand new piano sample for the piano library called the White Grand. So this is absolutely brand new. What? I don't even think it's been released yet. So this is, you're going to be the first person to play it.
I actually haven't played this yet. Can I just have a little play?
Yeah.
It's the White Grand.
It's all good to go.
I get so excited.
And it's XL, so...
What's that, brother?
Turn it up.
Oh, is it? I'm going to turn up the speakers. Maltese Falcons. And Maltese Falcon, can I get a key, please, brother?
Let's go F.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, F.
Soundboard as well.
It's all there. Did you hear all that string resonance going on and everything? It's just like it's breathing, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
And also, if you look on the front panel, there's not a single effect on. So that was a completely dry sound. Look, it's
No.
Yeah, look, no reverb, no nothing. Look, nothing's on.
There's a lot of ambience in there.
That's right. I mean, if you put your foot on the sustain pedal, hold it down, so you've got the dampers off, that's where you get all that. All that is resonance from the shell of the piano.
I love that. Is that new?
Well, the string resonance, isn't it? I mean, if you've tried
I've
it
got
with
string
anything-
resonance on my stage.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
can I put the White Grand? That'll go into any of the...
Yeah. As soon as that's released, that'll be in the
But that's
piano
what
library.
a lovely thing, because I'm hooked on the... what's it called?
Real 3D?
The 3D.
Yeah, everyone's loving that. Everyone's
The
loving
binaural
it.
recorded
yes, that's
one.
It.
Oh, if you're an order... And that points us to one of the... I implore you every time on all my videos, go to the website, put new sounds in it. Not new... just try
Experiment.
Experiment.
Yeah, because they're all free. So it's not going to cost you anything. If you think, oh, I quite like that, download it and try it out.
Oh, I love that. So with the White Grand, who has a hand in these sounds?
Well, obviously the guys in the factory go out and do the actual recording, but Hans Nordelius, who runs the company, he's really hands-on with everything. He's a really cool guy. And he has like the final say in the editing and the perfecting of the sample. So like this White Grand, for example, I think that got given the green light literally, they had a holiday yesterday, so it might have been this morning. And I had to download this into the piano before I came down.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How much memory, let's get into the specs of it as well. How many of these pianos can it hold?
Well, it all depends on what sort of like pianos you want to put in there, because we've covered it before. The pianos, you can download them in different sizes, so you can mix and match. Mm-hmm. So the actual memory size is fixed at 2 gig. But you could put, if you want loads of pianos, you download the smaller ones. If you want a few really big ones, you put in the big ones. You just put in what suits you. So this White Grand, for example, this new one, this is the biggest one they do. Mm-hmm. And I think it's about 233 meg.
And that's going into how much memory have we got in there?
2 gig.
2 gig for that.
So even the biggest piano that you could put on here is only 10% of the whole memory you've got. And you're not fixed with the samples in there. You know, just because you've put them in at some point, if you get tired of them, pull them out and put in a new one. I'm sure there's probably loads of guys out there who've got stages, pianos out there at the moment, and they're hearing this White Grand for the first time and thinking, oh, I want to try that. Well, as soon as it's in the library, you can. And just, you might have to clear out one of your old pianos and put a new one in.
I like it though. I've been doing that. I've got a stage 2. It's exactly what I've been doing.
And if you want to do that, there's a really nifty feature on the Sound Manager. Of course, if you have to take a piano out to make room for a new one, there's obviously lots of programs that are using that existing piano. But there's a function on the sound menu called substitute. And if you press that, select the piano you're going to get rid of, and then press substitute. Then when you select your new downloaded one, like the White Grand, it will clear out the old one, replace it with the new one, and tie up all the programs. So all the programs that were used in the old one will now be using your new one without having to do anything. So you don't get any duff programs looking for a sample that's not there anymore.
Oh, I love it. And I must say, if you're a whippersnapper out there or a non-whippersnapper and you hear things like megabytes and you're thinking, hang on, we live in a multi-gigabyte world. I often have that with people and they would kind of cuss the Nord and they go, well, it's only 288 megabytes. My piano's 80 gigabytes. Just have a listen to it.
Yeah.
Come and play it. That is what, and look at the TV. Look at everyone who you're consuming and what they're playing. Nord are top of the pile, so I'm super pro Nord.
It's one of those things, it comes up time and time again. The reason people initially go for Nords is because of the sound.
And then they find out the gigabytes and they have this question of faith and they go, well, I might go buy Kronos.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's cool. Different thing though. Anyway, I'm very biased on that. Let's just go quickly through the sections. And like I said, if we're waffling on, it's because I'm excited to have you here and learn about these things. And there are other videos where we'll be playing. So please forgive us. Piano section, what have we got in here?
Okay, so the actual layout is pretty much exactly the same as the Piano 4.
Yeah.
So you've got your piano section here, which is all to do with your different pianos. You've got a dedicated button there which will jump between the categories very quickly. And then the dial above it allows you to select your different types.
Yeah.
All the same sort of things in here. You've got, this is quite important, the keyboard touch. So what they've done, because this is a new keybed, they've developed their dynamic curves specifically for this keybed. So these are new dynamic curves in here. So this is all to do with how you play the keyboard. You know, everyone has a different style, a different way they play. So with the keyboard touch, it's optimized to suit different styles of playing. So you've got heavy, medium, light. The heavy setting is actually probably the best one to get the most dynamic range out of this keyboard.
These the filters, piano filters?
Yes, these are
piano filters. Stage 3, they were so cool.
So what's cool here as well, you can see it's got Dino 1 and Dino 2.
Yeah.
One of the other things Nord did late last year, they relaunched all their electric pianos with this new Dino EQ that they found, which they were using to create the LA sound.
Dino My Piano,
yeah. Yeah, exactly, sort of like the Chaka Khan and the Stevie Wonder and all those sort of guys. They had this sort of bright, sort of belly sound to their electric pianos, and it wasn't a setting on the piano, it was this weird long Dino EQ that they were using. Guys at Nord tracked one down and they resampled all their electric pianos through that, and again they're freely available on the Nord website. And this button here is how you turn Dino 1 or Dino 2 on, so they're fixed settings.
Yeah.
But if you've got any of your electric pianos, when you go round through here, so when you select, then that's Dino 1.
Dig it.
And that's Dino 2. Now this feature is also, you can still get it on your Stage 3 as well, so don't think it's a new feature and you can't get it. If you upgrade to version 2 of the software on the Stage 3, you will still have the functionality. Obviously, the button itself won't be labelled Dino 1 and Dino 2, but it will work the same way as this. You'll go through your normal filters and then you'll get 2 LEDs for Dino 1 and another 2 LEDs for Dino 2, so you can have these new enhanced pianos in your Stage 3 as well if you want to.
Robert, I love it.
I don't go out. That's
I
the
learn
problem.
something every time. Samples section. If you're new to Nord, or tell us what we can do with this. The sample synth bit.
In a nutshell, the sample synth section is everything that is in a piano. It was introduced in the Piano 2 originally because, of course, people were playing a piano and want to layer it with strings or pads, the most common thing. So Nord put that in and made it compatible with the Nord sample library. But of course, that opens up the whole library to you, so it's not just for pads and strings. You know, if there's a Jupiter 8 sound or a Prophet 5 sound or a marimba sound, anything you want that's in the Nord sample library, you can put in here.
Brilliant.
Each section's got its own on-off button as well. So we've only got the piano section on, so we just hear, well, electric piano there. If I switch the synth section on, now we've got a layer. Each section's got its own volume control as well.
Yeah.
So that's how you do a layer very easily.
Dig it.
Each section has got its own, this is really cool as well, octave up and octave down switches. So I might want those strings an octave higher than my piano. So I just hold our old friend the shift button down. Anything written under a button, hold the shift button down, put it up an octave. And there's my strings up an octave, but my piano stays in the octave it was. Other simple things as well, volume and sustain pedals, you can switch them on and off per section.
I love that.
It's a simple thing, but it's so useful. You can have your sustain pedal control in your piano, but not messing up your strings.
Exactly.
And you search for categories in exactly the same way. You've got your category buttons here,
Yeah.
which will go through your different categories, and it tells you on the screen.
And I must say, we did a video on the Stage 3 that you can, will be linked below as well. I'm sure we'll link it. The Falcons nodding at me, where we're going through there, and we're going through a lot of the sounds in there.
Yeah, with these categories, well, one thing you can do as well, you can view them as a list, because I know people like looking at things as a list.
Yeah.
So, for example, I was saying that anything written under a button on an Ord, you hold the shift button down. Same applies to a knob. If it's written under a knob, you hold the shift button down, just give the knob a little twiddle, and now you're looking at all your pianos as a list, and you can go through your groups really quickly.
This is a new world. I'm still on my Stage 2. I'm still on my Stage 2.
And it works the same way for your samples as well. Hold the shift down, twiddle the dial, and now you're in your sample, and you can view your samples as a list.
Just also, so the accessories we can get with it, is there going to be a case for this? Has anyone...
It's too new. I mean, that is a good question.
Because one of my favourite accessories out there, hands up again, is the bag. I think Nord, every accessory is worth it. It might be to me, from a guy from Weymouth, it's quite eye-watering when I look and go, really? That for a bag? It changes your life.
They are so useful. Because
I'm excited to see how they bag this one up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this would bag. That would be interesting to see. It is a bit of a strange shape. Like I say, it isn't any heavier than the Stage 3, so it is portable. It's just the physical shape of it is a bit.
So that's all the tech bits of it. It
does come with a dust cover.
I like it.
So you've got that, and also the triple pedal that you're using down there comes as standard with it as well.
Oh yeah, I'm going to get that for the Pete. And this unlocks what, Robert?
Okay, so first glance it looks like a normal triple pedal, and technically it is. The big difference with this is that your sustain pedal is velocity sensitive. So in the same way that a note goes louder when you're hitting it harder or softer, this is what is triggering all that pedal noise. So so it's velocity sensitive. So you've got all that control of the mechanics of an acoustic piano with your foot. So
and
you're
this
getting
is
that
a fair bit of money on its own. It doesn't come included with everything.
No, it because those sort of features are something a piano player would appreciate. It comes as standard with the Piano 4 and now the Grand.
Yeah.
It will work on the stage, but of course the stage is all things to everybody, so they didn't want to put something in there that's going to raise the price for something that people aren't going to use. So it is an optional extra, and you just plug it in the back of the stage, go into the system menu and set it and say, I'm using a triple pedal. Yeah. And then you're good to go. That's it.
Rob, we're going to go on. We've got a few more videos to shoot with you today. We're going to play some sounds. I might play us out on the White Grand. And yeah, keep an eye out for those other videos. And also go check out Rob's speedy tutorials for even more information. All right, brother?
My man.
Escape, and I'm going to play us out.
Away.
Yeah, and you can waltz out of the video, mate.
Okay. I'm waltzing.
Could I get a key, please? D. I just revealed the Maltese Falcon's name.